Hi everyone, I'm here to talk about the revolutionary new Tribs Bead. Unlike traditional beads on the market today, the Tribs Bead is fully removable and does not require the use of a peg. So let's dive into some of the key features that allows you to catch more fish. So in this first part of the video, I'd like to discuss rigging. Rigging the Tribs Bead is very simple. Each bead is made up of two parts. You have the bead body and the bead cap. The bead body utilizes a line channel for easy removal and a hole that is threaded that holds the bead cap on. Next, you have the bead cap. The bead cap has a slot for torquing, a threaded portion, and an unthreaded portion. The purpose of the unthreaded portion is to allow the cap to seat nicely into the hole of the bead body. Next, you just simply rotate the cap until it stops. Then you take your tool and just twist it a little bit and give it a little torque to make sure it stays onto the line. Here, we have 4-pound fluorocarbon and a 10 mil bead. As you can see, the bead is held onto the line nicely, but still allows the bead to slide. Then you take your screwdriver and just hit that initial to untorque it. This can also be done with the shank of the hook. You just take the shank of the hook, put it into the slot, and untorque. Then just unthread the cap. Then the bead is off your line. To put the bead back on your line, just take your line, insert it into the channel of the bead. I find it's easiest to hold it like this. You take your cap, insert it till the threaded portion starts, rotate it on, then take your torquing mechanism, insert it into the slot, and torque. It's that easy. Big hooks also work. As you can see, this is a hook I would generally use for skein, and we have a 14 millimeter natural row here. Just unthread the cap, insert the line into the channel, insert the cap to the threaded portion, twist on, use the hook into the slot, and torque. And now the bead is on the line, but still allows it to move. As you can see, it's being held there. But still, when a fish grabs or something, it still allows the bead to move, just like a traditional bead that's pegged. In this next part of the video, I want to discuss sizing. So Tribs Beads offers bead sizes from 8 millimeters all the way to 20 millimeters. So our biggest bead here is a 20 millimeter. This color right here is a 20 millimeter steel candy. Our next biggest is a 14 millimeter. So this is our 14 millimeter natural row. Next up, we have 12 millimeter. So this is 12 millimeter pink row. And what's cool about this color is if you look at it differently, it kind of looks orange, red, and then pink. Next up, we have 10 millimeter. And then finally, we have 8 millimeter. Every single bead utilizes that partially threaded part that allows the bead, the cap to just nest right into the bead before getting threaded on. So in the last part of this video, I just want to give some tips and tricks I have found that sets the Tribs Bead apart further from the rest of the beads on the market. First off is using different color caps with a different color bead. For example, I have this chartreuse base here and this reddish orange cap, and by putting them together, you get a very unique combination of bead. And vice versa, you could take a yellow cap or chartreuse cap with the reddish orange bead. So you get a very unique combination of bead just by doing that. And it just sets you apart from other fishermen. Another aspect about the Tribs Bead, which I find is very important, is the use of scent. So scent on the Tribs Bead is a lot different than other beads, because on traditional beads, you would use scent on the outside of the bead. But the scent can get worn off just by bouncing on rocks and moss and stuff like that. But with the Tribs Bead, you just insert the scent into the threaded portion of the bead right here. I'm not actually going to put scent in the bead right now because I don't want that smell in my house. But Then you just insert the cap into the bead and twist. Then the scent will be dispersed out into the line channel of the bead, which allows the scent to stay on the bead longer than if you were just to put it on the outside. Thank you all for watching. If you have any further questions, please comment down below or reach out to me on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you.